Hey guys, it's me Kiana and this is my July wrap up. So if you haven't noticed, I haven't been posting videos at all for the past 3 weeks, and that was because something happened and I went on a road trip to clear my head and I'm back. I'm okay-ish. Last month I read about 4 books, which is okay. I read 3 books in the beginning of the month, like back to back to back. And then what happened. I left and then I read 1 book because I wanted to like space it out, make sure I could read without like being in a slump from what happened to me. But I had a really good reading month. I liked what I read a lot. Like I loved it. But yeah, let's get started. The first book that I read in the month of July is Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in the Infernal Device series. This takes place in Victoria, London in about the 1878 is when this takes place. I loved it. This follows our main character, Tessa Gray, as she comes from New York to London to find her brother when she is taken by 2 warlock sisters, and is basically trained for her gift to change into other people when she holds into their possession. She gets rescued by the Shadow Hunters, the main one being William Herondale, and the story takes off from there. I loved this book so much. This was actually a reread for me because I read this last September. I liked it. I liked it a lot. That reading the next book after that like ruined it for me. But I wanted to reread it because I have the entire trilogy and I loved it. I remembered almost everything that happened. I rated this with 4 out of 5 stars because there were some parts that I did get annoyed with. I was just like, I love Tessa, I love Will, I love them together. I know a lot of people will be like, oh my gosh, you like them together. I do. I love them. I ship them. 4 out of 5 stars. I loved it. The next book I read, I bought because of how many people I saw here on the booktube community that loves it, and that is To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. This is the first book in the trilogy. I rated this a 5 out of 5 stars. I read this in 1 day. I loved it. If you don't know this, don't know what's wrong with you. This is basically about a girl named Laura Jean. She has had about 6 people that she has loved in her entire life, but she's always let them go on to the next person, and she wrote them basically end her love for them. And one day her father's cleaning out everything and they get sent out, and it takes off from there. I loved this so much. I love Laura Jean. I absolutely hate her older sister. Cannot wait to read the next book. The other book, I loved reading it. Rating it, didn't love. Thank God you didn't say that. But the third book I read is Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett. This is a little similar contemporary book that I read. I bought because of Hannah from Bookables. I'll leave her channel down below. Read this and loved it. So I was just like, I was in Target with my dad and I was looking at the books to read because he was looking at books to read, and I found it. I picked it up. I read this. Loved it. It's based about a girl named Bailey. She moves from New Jersey all the way to California to live with her dad. But the real reason that she moved there is to find a boy named Alex that she has found online that she loves. And instead, she now moves and she works at a museum and she starts falling for a guy named Porter. But she's like, wait, I love Alex. Love this. Read it. If you like summer romances, summer contemporaries, you will absolutely love this. I love this. I rated this 3.5 out of 5 stars because it did take some time getting into it, and then there was some slow parts in it. I'm not gonna lie, but it was an amazing book. Loved it. It could use some improvements, and I feel like there needs to be a second book to this and not be a standalone. The final book that I read in the month of July is Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book in the Infernal Device series. I rated this one a 4 out of 5 stars, so like I think I bumped it down. I don't remember what I rated Clockwork Angel, even though I said it like 2 minutes ago. This basically picks up where they left off. And I read about half of this and then stopped the last time I read this. But now I read it fully through. I loved it. The Lightwoods. Gideon is my favorite. So Sophie, my girl, loved you. Tessa improved more in this book. She's now more were stronger in this book. When last book she just like fell through the crowd with be the lady and lady shouldn't do this. She was a lot of that to me last book, but in this book she's better, and I loved it. And I need to do an entire review on this entire series, but I loved this book, and the third book I can't wait to get to. So these are the 4 books that I read in the month of July. Comment down below which you read. If you had read any of these, leave your thoughts down below and we can talk about it. But I'll see you guys later. Bye.